Right. So a few things need to be done here. Yeah, our temporary fix that we did here needs to be made permanent. And of course, we need to change this. There. Okay, how did we do this? Okay. Okay. Hello, hello. Yeah. So I need to get rid of the temporary stigma of this. Okay. So obviously we are doing the spoiler today, but first we need to kind of make this a little bit better. You know, this wobbly thingy here. Can we? Okay. Yeah, I think just putting bushes in here will probably be the best solution. Just a second. I need to write something. Okay, that was enough. Okay. I said bushes, yeah. Bushes. So the bushes are here to prevent this thing to wobble left and right, which kind of caused a few problems with the hatch. Today I had some visitors here, little kids, and they played with the Charger and the Sierra. And surprisingly, I must say that the Charger withstood the test, so it's kids proof, which is very good. The Charger is made well enough that nothing broke while kids were playing with it. So I'm very proud of that. Now what I'm doing here, now what I'm doing here is I'm trying to minimize the number of pins that we are going to use here. So we're going to replace the blue ones here. The blue ones, the black ones, blue ones. So we can have this exactly. Yeah. There. Yeah, and it was Vitya's. It was Vitya's kids, by the way. So yeah, there we go. And we need another pin here. Okay, there. Okay, this made it quite a bit stronger. Now we need to solve two more issues before we can make the spoiler here. One of them is, of course, the fact that we still have a plate here, which is not very good and not very solid. Of course, the plate here is not childproof, which I discovered today. So this gets destroyed pretty quickly. And of course, the two things that are bothering me for a while, which are these lift arms here. They are thin lift arms, and you know, with thin lift arms, this happens often, and this is not very solid. So we need to come up with a solution to kind of fix this. And you see, this is also something that's bothering me a lot. So something needs to be done, because every time you open the hatch, you're doing this basically. So we need to kind of solve the issues here. My guess is that the issue with this wobbling is gonna be solved when we attach the wing, because the wing is gonna brace itself on these lift arms here, and that's gonna kind of solve it. So I'm at the moment not gonna obsess with this, but we need to fix this. So the problem here is that the plate here is making contact with those lift arms here. So when I remove this, we can kind of see, no, well, not on camera, but basically there was a slight arc happening here because of this. So when I put this in, it kind of, this part here is being pushed away by this. So yeah, well, maybe you can see that yeah, here you can clearly see that it's not parallel with the plate here, with the panel here. So something needs to be done. Not sure exactly what. No, I don't think so. I mean, the black pins are alright, but I would really like to have a thick lift arm here. We're gonna probably angle another lift arm slightly more and have a thick lift arm here or something. As with this here, that's another question. How are we gonna solve this? I have maybe an idea. Maybe. Which would require us to basically change this here. Because, you know, all of this is slightly too fragile for my taste. Slightly too fragile. The problem is, of course, that you see the pivot points, so the attachment points, one of them is here, the other is here. So basically, they are pivoting, they are allowed to pivot too much. Basically, all the lever that's holding this in is very, very small, and that's why it's allowed to pivot like this. So yeah, essentially, you see the attachment points here, this axle and this are very close together. That's kind of the issue here. If we somehow managed to have this one stud lower, this would change a lot, I think. Not sure though how much this angle would be affected. So I guess I will change this on one side, so on this side, and then see how it goes. We have an axle here, so we have some scope for adjustment. So let's see what happens. Let's do this side first, and then let's see what we are presented with. Okay, so in the best case, we can get away with losing this. We would basically use these, and then this. I'm gonna put this one just for good measure. Come on. Okay. Let's see. So basically, we are with this we are increasing the distance of the attachment points, and hoping for a bigger lever that will hopefully minimize the wobbling without changing the geometry too much. So yeah, I mean the wobbling is slightly less, but not enough to convince me. Not enough to convince me. And the geometry, surprisingly, the geometry, I mean, we have a slight gap here, and the geometry is slightly different. Yeah, it is slightly different. Now, ideally, I would have the pivot point instead of here, here on this panel. Unsure how this would go down, because this is now, when we put this all together, this is now perfectly parallel with the lines of the car. But I'll go out for on a limb, and basically destroy most of this. Yes, it's late in the build, but this is kind of important, and because this is unsolvable with this in this state, and offer this on the car and see if we can manipulate the angles a little bit, because this angle here is negotiable. It does not have to be perfectly aligned with the C-pillar. We can change the angle of this, so we're gonna try to do this. The trick is not to push this out too far, because then it doesn't align with the other panels. And here, I don't know what we're gonna do here. Not sure yet, but we're gonna do something. So okay, let's see. I'm gonna remove the struts because at the moment they are more of a hindrance than help. Okay. Okay. So this here is now perfectly level with the C pillar. Doesn't have to be. If it isn't perfectly level, it kind of creates, you know, visually what the we have in the real car, which is that the rear windscreen, rear glass is slightly curved. Um, so I will try to make an attachment point on this here. And then we are going to angle this up a little more so that it can attach to this. And hopefully we're going to end up with something that kinda works. I hope. Let me just think about something else. Just a second. I got an idea. I use this. Let's dismantle this a little bit. Okay. And take this off here. Okay. So ideally, we would kind of get rid of this here, this bulge. Realistically, I don't think this is kind of possible. Not really. Because otherwise we don't have any structure to mount this to. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this is realistic. We have to keep this and kind of work around it. I think it's possible. Okay, so the idea that I had is that we would put one of the pivots for the rear hatch here. Here. So, and the other one would be as low as possible. So the distance between them would be as much as we can. So this is pretty good, let's say. And well, let's hope for the best. I'm certainly not gonna go to the old solution, so I'm confident in dismantling all of this. Ah, come on. Ugh. Wow. This one was kind of stuck. Okay. So the position of this piece here is, well, I wouldn't say it's non-negotiable, but we don't have a lot of scope, so it can move very slightly in and out. But preferably it would stay approximately where it is. Okay, so we need to move this slightly. Okay. Very good. This solves a lot. So we move this slightly outwards, which from my perspective here kind of adds to the roundness of this corner. Before it was just too flat. It's level with the rear lights. It's slightly overlapping this part here, and it perfectly matches to this, and it allows us it pushes this just far enough out that we can use a lift arm under here instead of the plate, which kind of solves so many problems. Now the only thing that we have to do is now connect this here to the lower mounting point, and then we're golden. Of course the angle here has changed, so this lift arm here is now a little further out than it was before, but that's okay. It just adds to the overall shape. I don't we're gonna use a white lift arm here, of course, so it's not gonna be such an eyesore. Yeah. Let's see if I have one, so we can change it right away, and because it helps with the visuals. It helps us to visualize all of this. Yep. And this thing here can stay black, I guess. Yeah. It is too high, so we can move this downwards. It does not have to be here. So this is white. This can be 2 steps down. Let me just close this. Yeah, I think that's the way to go, to be honest. And this, I don't know if it's gonna solve all of our problems. It's certainly gonna create some more, but let's try it. It can't be worse. I know it's famous last words, but I honestly think that it's gonna be good. Okay, now here, these guys, the connectors here are gonna stay. I'm just gonna change them from gray to black. So they basically, if they're black, they're gonna be hidden visually. So we're gonna change those. Like this. And now we're gonna make this lift arm only. So this is lift arms 9. We need a 9er lift arm here. Do I have a 9er? Wow. Okay. It's gonna be this one for now. Okay, we can get rid of all of this. It's not necessary at the moment. Okay. Disregard this, it's too high, but the goal here is just to see what happens. Okay, now let's see. Okay, Yeah. Silly me. Silly me. Of course. Doesn't have to be here. It can be here. It can be here. Ah, yes. And we use this here. And this capacity. All right. And now we are able to mount this. Okay. Now we have a challenge. So now this collides, but we have the ability to change this. No problem. Okay, we just use a shorter lift arm here and problem solved. There. Problem solved, I think. Yes. Problem solved. Nice. Nice. Now we have a better advantage here because now we have a lever, which we didn't have before. So now we can use these here. We put them through our friends here. And when we turn around, we have a lever. Because now we can put a lift arm here. Or, I mean, a lift arm. We can put a connector here. Let's say. You know, like that. For example. And we have a lever. Now we can connect this lever to this. And then this is going to be perfectly strong. I'm of course going to use the existing mounting points for now, just to experiment with well, the length. How much do I need? I don't know. So let's see. We're gonna make it more beautiful once we know the exact dimensions of this. But until I know the exact dimensions of this, it's gonna be something like this. Where do I have these? Maybe we're lucky. Maybe we're lucky and it's this. Okay, I'm just gonna use this, you know, because this is now much stronger, and we can, you know, we can still use some bracing here, but well, my first goal is to see if the angle is correct or near what we anticipate it to be. What do you know? That's exactly what we want. Let's do the other one to get some stability in here. And I think we are on to a winner. This actually looks not bad. Not bad at all. Mm. Oh yes, that's a lot stronger than it was. And it still can be, because you see we have some movement here, because um, this connector here, you know, can be connected to this, and then this is perfect still. It doesn't move at all. Very, very good. Obviously we're gonna make it better, but just I'm gonna try it now and see how it performs. Yeah, we have to, you know, we have to still fix this, but yeah, that's it. That is very, very good. Very, very good. I like it. I like it. Yes. Some details need to be worked out here, but that's trivial. Okay. So let's work on the next problem. I mean, next problem. First, we're gonna make this permanent, or do we? No. First we need to solve this, because I think some changes are gonna happen here, or maybe not. We can use this gap here. We can use this gap here to kind of connect to these here, and maybe that's all it takes. Let's see. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to use my friends here and see what I get. Oh, it has to be done from both sides. So here, I'm gonna put this in here, okay, and this on the other side, and see if I have some options, some overlap. Do I have some overlap? Ideally, I would be satisfied with this. Unfortunately, the holes don't align, but this would be perfect. Yeah, this would be perfect, but it isn't. Oh, this would be so. This would be, if we would have this geometry, this would be so perfect. Unfortunately, no. We can't have everything. So some experimentation will have to occur. Alrighty then. All right. What about this? Do we get some angles with this? No. So we have to make one. Huh? Let's see if we can make a fiver of this. And see if, you know, we get some match. We need 2 of them, of course, so that they don't lead us astray. Okay, so what can we do here? 1.5. Am I bold enough to do this? That's the question. Am I bold enough? I'm not sure. But I'm gonna try it. Just for shits and giggles. So if we do this, I just want to see, you know, if the geometry works out. Where did we have it? Or did we have it at all? Yeah, no. This does not appear to be working. No, not at all. I think we dismissed. Yeah, it's not a number 3 red. It's not a number 3 connector, I think. No. No, it's, you know, I was thinking of this, but no, it's too much. It's too much. I wonder, what if we do this? This. Okay. Yeah, but this is the same as, yeah. It's not gonna go. That's basically the same as the L lift arm. Only that we would have some inaccuracies with if we use an axle, and then we wouldn't be able to fill this gap here. So this is not gonna happen. But not giving up, I have another idea. One moment. Let me gather my minions. So, we have several options here. If we play with connectors, so we have number 3, the number 3 combination, and perhaps we have the number 4 combination. Let's see if any of these is gonna bear fruit. So my idea here would be to use this on each side here. Maybe this is it. Maybe not. Let's see. Okay. So, like this. Okay. And let's see if this guy is still aligning. Oh my. Oh my. This works. Imagine that. This works. Would a number 4 work too? Or number 5? So we could basically, with the number 5, we could go one step lower. Let's try this. Just out of curiosity. Okay, I have only red number 5s, but you know. If not, we're gonna use this combination, but let's see if number 5 works as well. Okay. So, like this. Oh my, it works. And to be honest, I like this better. I prefer this. Very nice. So I need to order black number 5 connector. Okay. Very good. Very good. And black these. I don't have black these in black. So yeah. Very good. So we have solved so many problems with this. Oh, yeah. Obviously this isn't gonna work if you put it into the wrong hole. There we go. No, I don't have those in white. I only have them in red. So, I mean, I need to order them in the correct color anyway. So yeah, I mean, these are gonna be black so that they just blend in. You know, black is nice because when you look at it from behind, you're not gonna see them actually. They're be visually, they're gonna be invisible. Only on second viewing you're gonna see them if they're in black. And these, of course, as well. These are gonna be black, and then there's no problem. This is also very nice. And now let's make this look a little bit better. So basically here we just need a 4-stud well, lift arm. Yeah, basically lift arm. And we need to connect. We need to make sure that this connector here is anchored here. Okay, I mean, the problem is the 4-stud lift arm. But in our case, I think, yeah, I mean, there's no 4-stud lift arm that has holes on both sides. I mean, I know of a part that would be right for this, but I'm not sure if I should use it. Let me just quickly find it. Don't have it here. Don't have it here. It must be in the other box. Yeah. So this part would be perfect for this. See, it has round holes on each side, and it would perfectly fit in here. Yep, that's what we're gonna use. So we can make this a hell of a lot cleaner. Because here on the sides we're gonna use these now, because we only have the need for one of these. This is gonna go away, and we're gonna only have this here. And since we're on a quest to make sure we have as few pins as possible, we're going to use this, and then this one here. Come on, there we go. Nice. So this here looks a lot better than this already. And here we can now use this. I know I'm using a lot of blue pins, and they're gonna be replaced by black pins. But right now I'm super lazy because I cannot be bothered to get them. So we're gonna use this. Yeah. All right. There. And this thing here is now super strong. This doesn't wobble the way it did before. And I'm really happy about this. And it uses less parts. Fewer parts, sorry. For the grammar Nazis among you. Fewer parts. I'm gonna replace them, you know, but for right now, for us, it's actually beneficial for them to be blue because I can see where they are and for the building instructions as well. But the car is gonna be rebuilt at least once and I'm gonna replace them. Maybe, you know, he would want to review it even, so I'm certainly not gonna send him the car with blue pins. So. But yeah, he would cringe, I cringe, you know. We'll survive. We'll survive it for now. Because, you know, the result is actually very much worth it, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah. Good vibes indeed. There. 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 Yes, this is so much better than before. So much better. Yeah. Can we do something here as well? You see, my gripe also was that this mechanism here is slightly too wobbly. Slightly too wobbly, and let's see why it is slightly too wobbly. And can we do something about it? I think we can. The minimum operating pressure, I don't know. It's not a lot. It's slightly above what you can do with the hand pump. And the maximum pressure, I think it was like 7.5 bars. And if I had more pressure, it would continue for it would run higher. But I would probably not put more than 10 bars into it. There is a possibility to do something here. See, this movement here can be prevented if we use this. Yeah. Somehow we need to use this to our advantage. So we are going to make this symmetrical, and we're going to remove this and put a shorter lift arm here, which is also going to save weight. The fewer lift arms we have, better. And I'm even contemplating using this lift arm here, the small one on both sides, because we can. And it's gonna just reduce weight. Come on. And this here is gonna give us, come on, this is gonna give us a lot of leverage. You see, now we have this tiny lift arm here, which is enough. We're gonna change this for the tiny lift arm as well. And now we have a lot of room here where we can make this stronger. And oh my, we will make this a little bit stronger. Basically, I want, see, this movement to be less. So we're gonna put an axle, this axle a bit longer, and we're gonna have a support here for it. But first, let's change this, because I like my weight savings. Yeah. I must say that I have kind of a weight saving fetish. I really like my weight savings. So we saved weight, and at the same time we made everything better and cleaner. It's always nice when you can accomplish two things at the same time. And I'm pretty sure this mechanism here still has potential to be made even smaller and more efficient. But at this particular moment, I don't know how. Maybe later. And I actually have to use this. Nothing else is gonna do. Yeah. This kinda makes it better. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's mount it to the car and see what happens. Okay. Oh wow. Thing is, the feeling alone when you try to open this is completely different. Before, every time you try to open this, everything here was twisting. It was twisting so hard, as if nothing is attached properly. Now it doesn't. And let's see what the difference is when I mount the shock absorbers. Holy wow. Okay, the difference is big. And you see, the nice thing is that these here uh, are just right here. They just clear the shock absorbers. Amazing. As if we planned this. Sometimes you just get lucky. Yeah. So do I. So do I. Okay. So now that we did this, uh, the next thing is to make the spoiler, and this is what we're gonna do now. So let's try to do the spoiler. Let me look at some pictures first to see how the spoiler needs to actually look like. Okay. 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 Yeah, so the height here is actually good. And but the spoiler needs to be, how much do we need? Spoiler needs to be quite big. Come on, light. Don't die on me. That's not the time. There we go. Come on. It's not the time to die on me. Okay. Yeah, I did. I bought a lottery ticket today, actually. So I'm good. Okay, so the spoiler is actually quite big. Quite big. Interesting. Does it need to be higher? I think it needs to be higher. It's I think it's in this plane, right? It's about half at half height of the height between the deck lid and the rooftop, right? And that's is it here or is it here? Let me just quickly take a look at Christian's car. What he did. Just quickly. it needs to be, come on light, thank you. And it needs to be the big spoiler, I think. Let me consult pictures again. The problem is I don't have any pictures from the top. All I have is side views. Oh, light, please. Okay. Okay. Let's hope it's holding. Those are Lego shock absorbers. So, the way I see it, the spoiler needs to be like one stud above. Basically, it needs to reach to the end of the bumper, and it actually means that it needs to be quite far back. So it would be like this. But no, I think we should go with these and then attach stuff here in the back to, you know, maybe use even bricks here of some sorts that would make it go like up or something. Let me consult one more picture. Interesting. What if we use this? You know, what if we use these as aerodynamic kind of spoilers pointing upwards, kind of, and connect these then to the chassis. That looks okay. We should, I think. I mean, I'm looking at the pictures and the end of the spoiler isn't flat. It's curved a little bit upwards. And these would kind of, they add this certain edge that we need. Not sure how I would basically make the connection between them, but maybe we can use three of them. Let's see, and then worry about this later. Let's see. Hopefully this isn't going to be too wide. Yeah, I think this is what we're going to do. Because we don't have to worry about them to be too wide, because we can mount the connection to the chassis here. And at the same time, we can also kind of be a little bit flexible with the angle here. If it's not gonna turn out to be perfect 90-degree angle to a mounting point here, we have some flexibility. Yep. So where do I have those? And I think we should mount them one stud further away, like this. So we would have lift arms, first a row of lift arms here, and then something that goes here to the trunk lid. I'm looking at pictures, but yeah, I mean, we are going to exaggerate a little bit because we literally don't have any other option. If you know what I mean. We can't make it perfect, just the way it's in the original. But we can approximate it as good as we can. So, now, one of the sins that I may commit or may not commit would be this. So we would maybe, I'm just playing around. Don't take this too seriously. I'm just trying to see if there's an angle to be had here. If not, fine. We're gonna do something else. Ignore this because there's other options to attach this. I'm just using this to get the perfect level here. We're gonna use something different. Come on, sit in there. Right. Okay. Now let me see. And wouldn't you know, there's no angle with this. Nothing that we can use with this specific mounting method. If we angle it slightly backwards, because I'm looking at the blueprints and there's maybe a slight backwards tilt here to be observed. but not that much. Let's see if what Christian used may bring some results. May or may not. I have a feeling that it's more like may not, because the angles are slightly different. Yeah, the angles are slightly different. This doesn't work. Yeah, I hope this perspective, this camera angle, that kind of gives us more perspective. So ideally, we would have, a hole here mounting to this. That's obviously not going to happen. So we need to think differently. If only I had a number 5 connector. Let me see if there's a number 5 connector in the land drawer. I doubt it. Yeah. There doesn't appear one. Because I was kind of thinking that I would use a number 5 connector here, because the angle is kind of inviting to use it. Unfortunately, we have both our remaining number 5 connectors in here, so I cannot use them, and the number 4 connector is certainly not right. Most certainly not. And I'm all out of number 5 connectors. Yeah. Wait, I maybe have a number 5 connector in here. I wonder. If we're lucky. 4, 6. Come on. Nope. No number 5 connectors. Okay, I mean, there's other options. So one of the options would be that we use this combination here. So here, it's irrelevant which angle it is. We can use just this. We can even use this combination to get half a stud offset, or whatever other combination we kind of need. And yeah, doesn't look too good, to be honest, because it's too high. we put this on this level, then we have a problem in this direction. This is kind of solvable. We have number 3. We could what if we come on. If we do the following. We have this guy here. But what's that lower? Come on. I'm gonna remove this. Probably this as well. Which was a mistake because now I don't know where the level is. Okay. Okay. This is possible. This is possible. If we had an option to connect this to this in a way that isn't wibbly wobbly, but actually provide us with some stability. That's the question. I thought this would be easier, to be honest. It's half a stud. Half a stud of difference here. In pretty much, yeah, it's half a stud front to back and half a stud left to right. Lovely. Just what the doctor ordered. It's the half a stud problem. And of course, it's the half a stud in every direction. Why wouldn't it be? So half a stud in every axis. So X, Y, Z. My God. I'm gonna use, I think, this here because it's easier to mount. Use maybe a higher elevation. No, I mean this needs to be mounted properly. Yeah, I mean everything here went too smooth, and you know, it went too smooth, and now we're here. Now we are at the half a stud problem. Yeah. Maybe we can still solve it. I'm confident we can solve it somehow. Let me take a look at the real life spoiler again. Maybe I get some ideas about the mounting. So you can see it from a different perspective for a change. So here we have the same problem. You know, it's either half a stud too high or too low. And of course we need to mount it because otherwise, you know, it's not good. We don't have a lot. It doesn't have to be so strong, just a stud point here and there. But I don't see us having the right part for this. What if we tweak it just a little bit? If we angle it like this, so it's a little bit angled. I know it's not correct, but what do we get? Maybe we have a chance. You know, somehow, or just slightly upwards. I mean, in the extreme case, we could also offset, make this mounting point here half a stud further back or half a stud further to the front. That would also work if we did this. That would also work. Maybe half a stud isn't that bad of an idea. It's not that difficult to make, I think. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's doable, but I would rather not do it. Because the distance here is pretty good. No, it has to be mounted on the sides. There's several reasons why. One of them is that once it's mounted to the side, the whole boot lid it's gonna be a lot stronger, and you know uh, we have just this one middle support here, which is like it's on the real car. So we need to make this you know not wobbling around because this is the first thing that people will notice. So it has to be kind of you know stronger than this, stronger than what we have now. Then again, it can be wider. So the whole bootlet, the whole spoiler here can be wider than it is now. That's one of the things that it can be. So what if just, you know, just for experimentation's sake, we make it a little bit wider. And then this can be closer here. And then our options change. The options that we have suddenly change.
Hmm? Mm. Mm-hmm.
Let's try something.
Mm.
I have no idea if this is gonna work. It most likely won't. But if it does, I'm gonna be a happy camper. Ah, of course. To widen this. What do you know? It works. Hoorah! It works. Amazing, isn't it? Amazing. So, okay, it works at this distance. Now what? Now, if we want the rear spoiler to be equally wide with these here, what do we need in the middle? We need one of these. We need one of these to make it 2 studs wider. Yeah. So that these two get 2 studs further apart. And then it makes sense. Because from the blueprints that I see, the spoiler kinda is, well, not the whole width of the car, but it's kinda like this wide. So this makes sense. My question is, I mean, I probably asked before, do these exist in white? These connectors here, do they exist in white? I don't know, but please check if you can. I cannot check at the moment. If they exist in white, then this would be marvelous. I know that these don't exist in white, sadly, so we have to find another solution here. Um, yeah. I mean, we can even, what can we use here? Because ideally I would use, I mean, now that we know that this works, I can use this. Mhm. See, this is now much better. You know, it doesn't move around. Well, I'm not happy with these in gray here, so that needs changing. Um, so these here are gonna need to be longer. So these are 7. We need 11 that long. Connectors here. Lift arms here. Let's see if I have some. And I don't think I have. I don't. Why 3 sets? How rare are they and expensive? My guess is quite. My guess would be quite. But what else can we do? What else can we use here? I mean, the spoiler looks dope. It looks actually pretty good, except the details, of course. It makes the car look absolutely fantastic. But it's unfinished, of course. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we would basically the best thing would be if we used yeah, we used this combination here. Imagine this is white, of course, but now it's clean, and we have, you know, all of the shapes. Such a shame that this doesn't exist in white, but I don't know. We we could replace this with something. What? Well, DHL sticker on it. Oh, you mean because of the yellow and white combination? We're not that far. The next project is gonna have this combination and stickers. Not the Sierra. I think this looks pretty good. Yeah. Pretty damn good. I mean, we're gonna worry about the details at a later point. I don't have, I don't have an what's this? A 9 stud white lift arm to put in here, so there's gaps. Probably we should then close this gap as well with lift arms, just so it looks better. And then this would be basically two rows, and it would be the spoiler would be 5 studs in depth, which is pretty much what I see on the blueprints. So this would be okay. I'm not sure what to do with the ducktail here, if we should do something at all. I mean, putting these here as a spoiler isn't gonna work because they should be higher. No, this isn't gonna work, and I don't know if I want plates here. I'm not sure because they are gonna just fall off, and at the same time, I'm not a fan of the holes here. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, I think we've done a lot today. The boot lid is basically done, and now that the spoiler is here, we have something to basically lift it up by, which is nice. A lot better. So we can lift the boot by the spoiler. Very good. I'm happy. I'm pretty happy. And it's probably slowly time for another Bricklink order because we need some parts. And the next time, the order of business is one more detail. It's rear view mirrors. Rear view mirrors and the exhaust. After we have those two things finished, we are almost done. And we are going to, I think there's one more thing. Yeah, one more thing, obviously. Just remembered because I talked with Christian about it. So one more thing is, if you take a look here, this. See? On this guy here, so the mechanism for the hand of God steering is not present on the other side. But we have a seat. And I think the seat is the problem. There's two choices that we have here. So here the lower part of this mechanism doesn't interfere with the seat, but this uptake does. So we have the option of basically omitting this side panel here in order for it to fit here. And in the next stream, so on Friday, we are going to basically put this seat and this position and try to figure out what to do here. The extreme option would be, of course, to completely redesign this part and move this one closer to the center, which we could do, I guess, but I don't want to, because then we get less room in the engine bay, because the steering axis is going to be closer to the middle, which I don't want. It complicates the center tunnel, and I don't want that either. But we could make this part here different, so it's a bit lower. Not sure how, because let's try that. I know how. We basically omit this here and make this one lower, but we need to make a different different way to attach this to the central tunnel, so it doesn't, wobble. We certainly don't want this to wobble. So this would be lower, and then this part here would disappear under this side bolster, and then it would be okay. But we are going to discover this in the next episode. So that's it for the stream today. Thank you all for being so patient and watching me babble through this. And well, I guess I see you on Friday. Till next time.